Maybe. There we are. Hi. How's
Hello,
everybody?
hello.
Well,
Hello,
well,
hello.
we have a lot to say to talk about today.
Oh, don't
Hi,
we?
Diana. Thank you for
Hi, Valerie.
joining me.
You are so busy and I have missed you so much.
Aw. Janet C's here. Hi, Janet. I love Janet. Oh, I tell you, it has been a
Oh,
busy day. How about you? Have you had a busy day? Like it seemed like you're chasing your tail or something?
yeah. I it's easier to can one quart at a time with when I'm canning spaghetti sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to basically clean up what I canned last night. And
Let
I
me
did
try
get the
that.
dogs out, but it was so cold that it was actually wonderful because it was chilly enough for us to be the only people there. There weren't even any fishermen out on the water.
Oh, wow. All right. I got the higher internet on. I'm sorry. I had to get that. It seemed like we were lagging or something, and I wanted to make sure it was good. All right. Ooh, yeah. So people didn't want to be on. Hi, Jenny. Jenny's here. That's sweetie.
My
Woo,
goodness,
doo, doo.
everybody's on.
Get
We're
thank
all
goodness what?
on.
We're on.
Everybody's on. All on. It's
Well,
like I'm trying to find us, and all my other friends are popping up.
everybody's in there, huh? Well, tonight is the super full moon in Pisces. It's the blue moon this year. That means the
Blue
second moon
moon,
of
I
the
saw
month.
you, saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Ooh, blue moon.
Hi, Glow. How are you? So, the blue moon is here. This is the one of the year. We get one a year. Well, I don't think we're getting another one for 2 years. I forget.
Well, yeah,
Hi,
once in
Jen.
a blue, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's just big enough to be a blue moon.
Mm-hmm. Well, so we have Pisces. The moon is on Pisces. The earth is in Virgo. So you probably feel like you really want to go get things done, but nothing's really going anywhere because Pisces is spirit. They want us to dream. Dream your dream. Let this come into you. We got about a month, half a month. Let this information come in because we're missing a lot of information with it's going to be seven planets in Chiron are retrograde. We
Mhm.
don't have the information to go forward yet. Anyway, hi warrior girl, everybody, such beautiful souls. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here and helping to raise the vibration on these new moons and full moons. It's so magical. Really, you are so magical.
It
So,
is. It is that. So blue is an important color right now, isn't it? Water often appears to be blue, right? And we
mhm,
have the blue moon in the sky, and we have Neptune in Pisces. We have the
Neptune,
moon in Pisces. We have Saturn
Saturn.
in Pisces, lightening up. And everybody's going retrograde, which is also more about don't take action yet, no matter how much you want
Mm,
to.
mm, mm.
And
And
that Venus retro is, yeah, don't go coloring your hair something new
yes,
yet.
you want to wait till Venus starts moving forward. She'll be stationary, sitting there for 12 days. So
Right.
I think the time that Mercury gets out of retrograde, which would be September 14th, Venus will be going forward. So that, if you have information, that's a good time
Well,
to go because, well, let's finish on this Pisces thing.
okay.
We have a
See,
hurricane. We have
you
a
see what
hurricane or
happened?
two.
The moon in
And
Pisces, no boundaries.
right. And so we have a hurricane or two. That's
All right.
this is a super moon. This is closest to the Earth. This is going to make some interesting changes on Earth. Uh, and a hurricane. I know there's a typhoon over in Taiwan or somewhere. I know there's a lot of stuff going on. So that's powerful energy, though. Think about all that power these hurricanes have, and in the
Well,
atmosphere, and it's
right,
ramping up.
and hydroponics, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Hydra. It's the constellation Hydra, and Venus
Mm-hmm.
is in her power when she is so close to Hydra, and right now she is. She is the same goddess as Hydra, and we also have her close to the still close to the star Regulus, right? Which is the heart
Mm-hmm.
of Leo,
Well,
and she's
and
in
we have
Leo.
and we have Formahat, which is the royal fixed star in Pisces. That's spirit, and it's right on there. This moon is
Mhm.
right on that Formahat. And so we have a couple of the royal fixed stars. We have a lot of goddesses, always a lot of goddesses. There's so much going on, and we say this to you every month. It's just coming in more and more and more. But it is not time to move yet. It's time to dream. Let the Virgo help you, okay, decipher. Do I want this? Do I want that? It helps us unload things that we know aren't good for us, which comes
Well, and
to the real point of this. What's
what does Virgo do? She analyzes. So this is
everything?
still even when Venus stations direct on September 3rd, she's not going to move for 12 days, like you already said. Which, if
Mm-hmm.
we do the numerology, 12 reduces to 3, September 3rd, right? Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
there's Tesla's law because it's
Uh-huh.
September, which is the ninth month, right?
Yep.
So
369.
there you go. Anyway, so she's going to station direct. Mercury stations direct on the 6th of September. And even he doesn't move quickly. As fast as he is, he still isn't going to take off. They are
Mm-hmm.
at extreme powerful stages when they station.
When they stop, because it's
Yep.
really rare. They usually
Yep.
don't stop this long. And this is what we're
Right.
trying to say. There's so much information coming in because uh, Mercury's going to go, when he goes direct, I think it's September 5th, he's going to go by Jupiter. Then he's going to Cazimi the sun, where it looks like he's going into the heart of the sun. He's going to get some powerful information from Jupiter and the sun. Take your time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't, and when we're saying big things, like big purchases, big decisions. It's not time yet. It's not time yet. Let the information come in. And technically, I'm really saying let it all come in. Let all the planets that are retrograde go forward, which would be in January, Uranus and Pluto,
Mm-hmm.
because there's too much information we're gathering, and it's powerful information, things we don't even know. Don't you agree with that? It's like this is not
Oh,
the usual retrograde season.
well, we can add this to the flavor also. All of the CMA,
Mm,
X solar flares, CMAs, whatever they are, all of those flares are also going to supercharge Mercury as
yeah,
he's going back into the sun. Now,
yeah.
Venus isn't going to hit the sun this time, right? But when Mercury has that moment, he's going to be close enough to the sun to begin with because he's the planet in our universe that travels the closest to the sun as it is. 88
Mhm,
days and he's around the world, you
mhm,
know? So,
mhm,
uh, like a movie.
mhm.
But he's going to pick up all that electrical charge as he goes past there, as he
Power.
rides in,
Yep, it's power.
as he
Very
waits to
powerful.
right. And that's the information that is going to come back to us in these, in the quickening. It will be in the quickening.
And it'll be
So,
interesting to see the news in Trump. There's something. This is all going to start. It's the tower moment's going on, and it's just going to be ongoing. It's going to be on because every time we got all these planets retrograde, it's just going to bring up more stuff that we didn't know about. So
Mhm.
be prepared for that because it is designed to take us off our center and upset us. So kind of
So
stay
what
out.
is so this moon in Pisces with Virgo, the
Mm-hmm.
nurturing mother that wants, that analyzes and gets to the heart of and wants to heal and wants to take care of and wants to be in service to people, to her, to everyone, right? So this is about a healing opportunity as we have
See?
these shifting times
Mhm.
with the Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, and we have shifting boundaries and foundations, etc. You can still take minor action, and
Yeah.
that is in refining what it is you're looking for, because as everything begins to go forward from there, when the retrograde stops, the Mercury and the Venus, you're going to get the kind of information that you need, but you still have to take small steps because they're in that shadow area,
Mhm.
right? So big huge changes, no, don't do those
Mhm.
quickly.
Mhm.
But the staying grounded through Virgo allows you to refine and fine tune. We have a quincunx up there that's going to be hitting through that time. It's actually hitting now, but it
Mhm.
is between Uranus and Uranus and
It's Uranus, Sedna, Mars, and Pluto.
right, and Eris is in there too. So
There.
she's, because she's conjunct. So we have the, yes, squaring the sun and the moon, as Sedna is trining the moon, the sun and the moon, and this, she's the sign of sacrifice and adaptation, and Eris is there to help you with your own inner battle of what to let go of and what to hang on to. And we have that Pluto still doing the square to the north node and the south node, which is a good thing. And then we have a kite in the sky as well. We
Mhm.
have a kite that is in a grand trine in Earth with Pale Athena, Pluto, and Uranus. And
Mhm.
then we have Neptune in Pisces, the water sign, across from Pale Athena as the tip of the kite. And this can make you or break you, right? And in
Mhm.
this situation, where we have Pale Athena in Virgo, right? She, we have this opportunity to release and heal, because Pele is also akin to Venus and Virgo.
And she's our wisdom. She's our heart wisdom. So a lot of things. This could be a lot of emotional things, really deep emotional releasing today. Hi, Marilla. Hi, Kelly. It's deep. It's
And
deep. It
it's
can be painful. I just
sure,
want to, you
it
know.
can, but this is a time for to apply that Virgo sense to yourself, because we all are going to go through this emotional. Mine began last week Friday night. I had big emotional breakthrough,
Hmm.
and it was,
And there are things that are probably years and years old. You know,
oh yes,
these are old wounds that are
old.
buried into our cellular structure, and they come up, and it's like you know this is what you're crying about. Like Diana knew what was going on. She knew
Mhm.
that's what it was. It was a healing. So don't let these things come and take you off guard, because when they do come up and you know what it is, thankfully she knew what it was. A lot of times I just get really sad and I, I just feel devastated, but I can't put a word. I don't know what it is that's devastating, but I know something's coming up for release. So it works either way, though. You can know and you don't have to know, but this is a very healing. Virgos are healing, they're the healers. Pisces wants to heal the emotions. Virgo heals the body, right? The body, the mind. Um,
Right. And what are we doing with that? It is the body mind connection.
mhm,
Deals with the deep inner aches and pains of our fibromyalgia and all
mm,
other things that get affected by our emotions, by the stuff that we don't deal with. You
mhm.
can't put frosting on a poop sandwich and expect it to be anything else but a poop sandwich, right?
You really can't. And I know I used to try, and it didn't get me anywhere. So
Mm-mm.
when you look at the reality, and most of those times it was me the problem. I was the problem. So that's when you got to go in and you got to say, okay, why are you a problem? Why are you doing this or that? And have a talk with yourself. Love yourself through it, though. Right?
Excuse me. And what is this? What is this? This is the North Node talking to you. Doing the best of your North Node helps you rise. And what is that part?
Mm,
Taking responsibility for your own role in your own self-sabotage, where you often you don't know that that's where you're headed.
right,
You
right.
know,
It's hard. It's hard to look at ourselves like that.
like
You know?
like my mommy is sitting with me while I'm buying a crystal, and I shouldn't even be buying that one crystal, but I have been wanting a crystal like this for so long that I made the purchase. I got permission, but I kept it low. So I didn't get into that arena of spending all my fun money on one thing, right?
Right. Yeah. And this is, Venus wants us to be careful about our purchases.
Exactly. Right now
This
it's
is, yeah, in retrograde.
right.
So,
Uranus, Taurus. Watch
mhm.
finances.
Yeah, Uranus and Jupiter both in Taurus, right? So, Jupiter's about to go retrograde soon, and this is going to be, just take it
Yeah,
slow. Don't buy a lot of stuff. Don't get yourself all wrapped up in things. Take it
that's
slow. Let this
um,
information come through because we also have that South Node 27 degrees conjunct the Shapley attractor. That Shapley
mhm.
attractor is the driver of galaxies. A lot of big energy in here, helping us
See,
clear.
right. And Jupiter stations retro on the 4th.
Hmm.
And where is he in the sky?
When
In-
isn't that when Mercury stations direct?
Well, he's
I'm
in
not sure.
Taurus at
12. I think it's 12 degrees
he's 15 degrees and 32 minutes right now. So
right now.
he will be at
I think he goes back to 12.
when he stations to go retro at 7:12 in the morning Eastern time. He's not going to have moved very far because he will still be at 15 degrees and 33 minutes. So he's not going anywhere as it is right now anyway.
No.
He's only going
And,
to go 1 minute between now and the day he stations direct.
and they
So,
just are asking us to take pause. Really,
mhm.
really, do you need this right now? Can it wait a couple months or a month, whatever it is? Unless you've already had this lined up and you knew that you were going to buy a new car in September. That's different, but I wouldn't do that right
No, right. If it's something you need or something that has to
now.
happen,
Mhm.
just make sure that you read all of the fine print and read it twice, even a third time, because when a planet goes direct, it's going over a sign for the third time. So as
Mhm.
these go direct, that's what they're asking you to do. Check and double check. Measure once, measure twice, cut once.
Mhm.
And then go back and measure one more time before you cut.
Yeah. Yeah. It's important. It's important. We are going to, once we get into January, February, March, we're going to
Yeah.
have such clarity on how to go forward on our
Uh-huh.
specific individual goals and plans and dreams. 'Cause this is about your biggest dream. This is about put, creating that biggest dream, that biggest wish in your heart, and letting the universe help you, because they're there to help us. They just want us to take our time. Are you sure that's your dream? Are you sure that's what you want? But those doors are going to open in the spring. And then when Jupiter and Uranus come together around March or April, they're going to conjunct. That's like magical fairy dust all over the world. It really is going to be so cool, isn't it? It's going to be so
Right?
cool.
It is.
and
It is.
and Pluto's going to be direct, and Uranus will be direct. It's just going to be a different energy. This fall, this winter is good to go in, good to get your health in order. Especially in Virgo, start your health regimes.
Oh, this
Start.
is another thing. Absolutely, linking the
Hmm.
body to mind. What in your diet needs to be
Yes.
changed? You know,
Mhm.
like I
I have a
lost
lot.
coffee.
You what?
Doesn't mean I've lost my taste for coffee.
Mm.
Now, I still have a cup of coffee event randomly here and there.
Hmm.
But when I do, after one cup, I'm done.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I used to live on coffee too.
And I never thought I'd see the day. But
Mm-mm.
that one cup is much more satisfying than it used to be
Hmm.
as well. So there is that.
It
So
is.
if you resist the change that's coming, and that's another thing that this is about, is understanding that change is coming.
Yeah.
If you resist it, that's what's going to get you into trouble.
Hmm.
But if you examine it and learn how to flow with the go, or go with the flow, however you want to say it, but I I had to repeat that because I listened to Steve Judd and he had said that today, so I had to repeat that. So, anyways, it's by understanding what your habits are that need to change, by
Hmm.
taking responsibility for the role that you played when you were not present.
Hmm.
And that led to your own sabotage,
Hmm.
self sabotage, not necessarily harming anyone else but yourself.
Right. And that's why this is so important to bring
Mm-hmm.
all of our energy bodies into alignment, because when it's go time from the spring on, it's going to be really important. And I think we all know, especially here, that they're ramping up in the external world. They're just going to keep making it sound like the sky's falling. And you have to be very strong inside to constantly know that that energy, even if you're not watching it, it's in
Mm-hmm.
the atmosphere. That's why I stay busy on my things. I don't look at it.
Right.
I here and there just to catch up, but even that is, do I know
Well,
that's true? What do I know is true? What is it, right?
and Jupiter in Taurus, understand that Jupiter is an expansive sign. He rules a mutable sign, Sagittarius. But in Taurus, now he's in a fixed position. And as benevolent as and beneficial as Jupiter can be, he also can take it away. And when he is in Taurus and retrograde in Taurus, he's going to start reeling back
Mm,
on things.
yeah, kind of limiting the.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to keep saying purchases for now, because it really is about that. Because anything in Taurus, we want to go and we want to make manifest our dream into reality, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's usually something we go buy, and we think that that's going to fix that hole that we haven't looked at for all those years.
Well,
And
and
that.
thank goodness, even though she's a little bit out of orb to Jupiter because she's already at 23 degrees. Thank goodness Uranus is there, and that's a fixed planet in the fixed sign.
Mhm.
So and it's ahead of Jupiter, so it has rulership in that house. So it's going to help you if you pay attention to the warning signs
Mm-hmm.
about hanging on to your finances or
Mm-hmm.
using them wisely. We have to spend, we have to pay
Yeah.
our bills,
Yeah.
but you know, divvying up the coffer evenly
Mm-hmm.
as best you can.
Mm-hmm. Be mindful. Be mindful of everything, and be mindful. Are you shopping or purchasing so you can keep covering up this hole? That's what
Mhm.
really is being asked here. Even though Pisces is spirit, it's our imagination, it's our dreaming, but it's also our delusions and our illusions. And it's what are we responsible for? How do you know?
Mhm.
And oh, we can fix that in Virgo because Virgo wants to fix it. Virgo wants to heal it. Um, Pisces though can let us continue to play this, this,
Dream about it.
yeah, dream about, oh, I'm going to heal one day, or I'm going to get in shape one day. That's what I'm doing to myself right now. Just so you know. Um, and I got to get serious. I got to get back on the walking. I got to get back into it. Um,
Yeah.
Virgo season is the time you really want to start something like that because it'll stick once you do it a few days, a week.
Well,
It'll
especially when
really
you begin to see the changes that it
stick.
brings you, the uplift in your heartbeat and in your outlook.
Yeah.
Because when you have that physical release, I mean,
Mm.
I do a lot of talking to myself, whether it's out loud, which does happen, and then
I
of course I hear a lot from my guides, and I respond to them,
Yeah.
you know, and just at the moment that I needed it most of all, because he's been missing for a couple of weeks now, and I looked up yesterday. I sang and called for Oliver time after time and just kept saying, "Where have you been? Where are you? I can't find you, blah blah." And today I was walking across the causeway and getting back to where I parked the car, and lo and behold, I had just looked for him because it's like his favorite place to hover. And I went, "Oh, Oliver, where are you?" And out of the shrub he comes.
Mm.
And his wings are like spread out wide as I went, "Oh my God, there you are." And
Mm.
that's my great blue heron
And that's
for my great blue moon.
so. But that, yeah, but that's spirit, right? She's asking for
Yes,
that. So
that's
when we
that's
ask our guides, is this really who I'm talking to, or is this really what I'm getting?
yes,
This is how. This is a beautiful time to get those answers
yeah.
because it's spirit. It's all spirit, all
And
the
it was
spirit
this,
realms.
and it was at a moment when I was having that. Okay, today is a day of silence. I entered the silence for most of the day, not
Mm-hmm.
because I knew we were going to do this, but
Mm-hmm.
because it kept happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
No
Yeah.
matter what, no matter what, silence and the hermitage was being presented to me. And whenever I begin to question that, my heron shows up because he is a symbol of hermitage.
Mm-hmm.
He is that symbol of the combination of the Hierophant and the Hermit.
Mm-hmm.
The wisdom, the solitude that you need in order to formulate what your heart wants to heal, or how to connect it and move on things with your brain, the two organs who cannot function without the other. And the rest of the body cannot function without those two organs.
Mm-hmm.
So it is often just what we're supposed to do: enter
Yeah.
the silence, go inside, and work on yourself first.
Yeah. Us first, because we all know our guides have us in this accelerated path, right? Anything that's hanging on to us is holding us back, or we're hanging
Well,
on to, we're holding ourselves back. And so they want us to come in. This is a perfect moon to heal with. Like the next full moon will be, we have a new moon in Virgo, Libra, will be a full moon in Libra.
mhm,
Yeah. So, was that right?
new moon.
The new moon it will be in Virgo or Libra.
The new moon will be in Libra. It will be. Oh wait, no, sorry.
It's okay. This is the
Don't be
powerful
dreaming that.
healer. This is the healer moon. It's Pisces in
Yes.
Virgo. There, it isn't going to happen again this year, and it isn't. Well, I don't. We're not even having a blue moon next year, so it's not only would it be powerful just by itself. It's the closest moon of the year, and it's a super blue moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really go in there and write that list of the things that we
Well,
all know
and it,
we have that we want to get
well,
start
and it,
working on.
this so
Forgive me,
applies
Tom.
to the universal laws because Pisces is
Mm-hmm.
aligned with the divine oneness, the first
Mm-hmm.
universal law.
Mm-hmm.
It is the spiritual sign
Let's
in the zodiac,
let's talk
the
about.
most spiritual. They all have a value of spirituality, but it is the the most spiritual sign in the
Well,
zodiac.
it's the law of divine oneness. You.
Yes,
This is the first law that she's talking about, and Pisces rules that. I've put the signs to the laws, and was telling Diana about it. She helped me finish it up, right? So we got these. It's another way of understanding how to utilize the energy that we every day. We do these laws every day, whether you're aware of it or not. If you know, okay, this is uh, today, Pisces, the law of divine oneness, and then Virgo is the law of correspondence. Do you want to explain that one?
because
Uh,
she analyzes,
mm,
and it takes an analytical mind to understand the divine oneness, that everything corresponds
yes,
to everything. We have
yes.
one mind. We really have one heart. We really have one soul. We are rays and flecks, and we are the light language that connects all of that together.
Yeah.
And that analytical mind understands that second law of vibration, which is Gemini, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Mercury controls both Virgo and Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
And that vibration that connects those two sets us on our way into that 3D realm, so that when we get to the 4D, the fourth law, we understand the correlation of the oneness within, the duality within, the polarity within each and
Mm-hmm.
every one of us. So I'm getting ahead of the game here, and I apologize for that. But
Mm-hmm.
the Pisces, as the most spiritual, understands the divine
Mm-hmm.
and understands the divine oneness of existence, that all things are connected, that all things correspond.
And everything, your laptop, your device, your phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
And
not
that
just
that
people.
even though we're looking at it in an opposition between the moon and the sun, well, they're both sources of lights.
Yeah.
They are both, it's at its greatest visual effect when the sun is opposite it, because the moon is always lit up by the surface of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
It's us turning that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the moon ain't turning, it's us that
Yeah.
changes that. And so that ability of Virgo to analyze and figure out what kind of information is coming together in the divine oneness in the center.
Mm.
That third point where they meet. And somewhere they meet and share that light between each other. And it just keeps bouncing back and forth. And it is not an opposition of who is going to win. This is an opposition of, let's carry this rope together.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like at the speed of light. Like everything is at the speed of thought, at the speed of light. These we do these all day long, and we're gonna. Diana's gonna be on with Terry at Holding Your Space tomorrow. They're going to talk about which law? Which law are
Three.
you? Three.
They're on three.
So they're talking about the law of vibration. Am I correct? You
No,
said
we're going to be on the law
of attraction.
correspondence. The
Oh,
third law,
okay.
the law
We
of
have them, yeah, because we have them in different order. But
I know, and
well, the thing is,
sorry.
no, it doesn't matter at all. We're gonna have um, these shows on these and
Yeah,
associate the signs with them because this helps you learn not only the law, it gives you the signs attributes, so you can learn the signs intimately.
a way to correspond them.
Yeah, yeah, really. And and Jean, Sun Psychic Jean and I will be on Sunday, and I think we're doing the laws of attraction, but and then Diana and I were with the Chrome Zone, and we talked about them there. And I already have them started on my channel, but they're like a year old. There's more to it now because I put the signs to them, and it was just like, oh my god, And I was telling Diana, I'm like, does this make sense to you? And she was like, yes, it's perfect. So it was really
Perfect.
cool. So
The best part is no one else had done that.
Yeah.
There's no other place to have done that, and
Yeah.
and because I'm doing the Celtic trees to them as well.
Oh, cool.
And so we can introduce that to follow
Oh, that's cool.
the Druid year.
Well, so what tree would be the law of divine oneness? Like Pisces is the law of divine oneness. What tree will we put with it?
I started with the first one, which is Rowan. I started with Rowan.
Oh.
So Rowan is in. You have to give me a minute. Because I've just started doing it and I don't have it all memorized.
No worries. I just think it's fascinating because every piece that we can bring in to connect another dot, it helps all of us. It's going to help us all understand truly how everything is connected, how it is, and these ancient, the Celtic laws, the law of the spiritual laws. I don't know how long they've been around. The signs, the planets. How long have they been around? I mean, it's been going on for thousands of years, billions of years, probably.
Right.
But we are in this place in time where we are noticing, especially in the spiritual communities, how everything is connected, how we are leveling up, how the energy is elevating, how it is we are coming up, we're raising our own individual vibrations and helping Mother Earth raise hers, helping the solar system because the planets are changing too. I mean, these laws constantly they're flexible.
So Rowan is, if you align, see
Hi, Ben.
The fire calendar begins with Imbolc, and Imbolc is the fire of Bridget, and that's February 1st, February 2nd. Mm-hmm. So that's Aquarius, right? Mm-hmm. So if we look at Rowan aligned with Aquarius, because it would be in the sky with Western astrology, it would be perpetual motion. So it would be aligned with rhythm, the universal law of rhythm, right? It's a movement cycle. It's malleable, even though it's about connectedness and collective.
So it wouldn't.
Aquarius all about.
Okay, so it wouldn't be the law of divine oneness, Rowan.
No, See, and I started with the Celtic calendar, which begins with February. It doesn't.
Right, I got
it doesn't line up with Aries. It begins with Aquarius. So there can be an Aquarius Pisces feel to it, or an Aquarius late Aries, very, very baby or Aries, but most of that is in that center area where you want to look, and so it's actually Aquarius, which is perpetual motion. And then spring, and it's spring, and spring is like it
Well,
starts
it's
the
like the equinox. It
well it
starts
starts
everything, but it
it
starts
starts the,
before that.
it starts the lambing
Mhm.
season. It doesn't, Sawa is the end of the year, but
Mhm.
the beginning of the year is Imbolc, which is
Mhm.
February 2nd in the Celtic way.
Mhm.
So February 2nd is Aquarius.
Mhm.
And so Aquarius lines up with that law of rhythm. And that makes sense because now we're in the cycle of the rhythm of birthing. And the seeds are starting to pop. And you get the
Right.
popping winter popping trees on it's the popping moon
Mhm.
also, in the Native American moon.
Well, let's ask it. I'd like to know, would you guys like us to do like basic astrology classes?
Oh,
Or like come in and have an overview of the basics, and then because when we start talking like this, it can get kind of,
Patty.
yeah. There's a lot to it, and we're bringing in all these different modalities to bring
Yeah.
into the laws, but we just thought that the laws connected with the signs would really help us all understand how to go forward. So some of the Pisces attributes of the law of divine oneness is there is just vastness. There's just consciousness. So if you think of Pisces like that, it's your intuition, it's your psychic abilities, it's the never ending swimming in a circle, like two fish swimming in the circle. How else would you describe Pisces?
The poet, the bard, the
Mm. Once they can find words, once
yeah.
you
Well,
get out of the vastness.
um, my and most
Whoa,
whoa,
what
where'd you
happened?
go? Most Pisces that I know that are around me are wordsmiths,
Mm-hmm.
and they are dreamers, but they also have a reality. I mean, we have 12 signs. And so even if you have an empty house, there's still a transit going over it that's going to affect you.
Yeah, there's no empty
So,
houses. There's no
right.
emptiness,
There's
really.
no empty house. But even
Mm-hmm.
in your blueprint, it's just either
Mm-hmm.
going to enhance it or create an aspect that's going to make you think
Mm-hmm.
twice, act once, etc. But most of the Pisces that I know are, because they are dreamier, do have a an ability with writing that keeps you more in the poetry
Mm-hmm.
divineness of language. I make up sing-songy bard things all the time. Well, what am I? I'm a wordsmith because my Mercury is in Gemini. I'm a Gemini. I have a Libra moon, and I mean Libra rising and a Sagittarius moon. And so all of those dots connecting, my Neptune is in the 12th house of
12,
Pisces.
12th house Pisces rules. Neptune rules.
Yes.
So
But
just
that's not what's in my 12th house.
right. No, but
It's
it's always
Virgo.
that. Yeah, it's always the underlying
Now,
energy.
what do I have? I have Neptune, the Pisces ruler, in the 12th house of Pisces, with Virgo as the sign that is lighting up my 12th house. So I create um, mantras that rhyme. When I call in my guides, each one of my guides has a mantra.
Hmm. And see, this is, well, like Diana said, we are all 12 signs, and some of them we bring in more of those attributes to our daily life, and that's how. Oh, how did I lose everybody?
I
My
don't know,
goodness.
but it's like it stopped. We stopped getting people talking.
What do you, when?
Like the chat. Oh, there we go. Karen's here. Hi there, Marilla and Junosphere. Karen. Hi, Karen.
Well, yeah, we have like 22 people here. Hi guys. It's so nice to see you. So, we'll get back into the Pisces full moon. Super moon. It's very healing. Let's get into the basics. We'll get into the spiritual laws. Like I said, Diana's going to be with Terry at Holding Her Space tomorrow, and they're going to be talking about the law of correspondence. Virgo is the law of correspondence to Virgo's in Earth, and that means um, the details. How to absorb and ingest the details to make it bring something concrete into your world that's significant to you. And but use the dreamy part of Pisces, use that dreamy part, because that's what our, when we have a big wish. And I think everybody here, does anyone want to put their big wish in the chat? Because we all have this big wish in our heart, and I think a lot of times, a lot of us especially are afraid to focus in on that, because it's like, oh, that's never going to happen. I can't even look at it, you know. But I want everyone to really think about their big wish, their dream, because this can really be created over the next year or two, despite what's going to be going on in the outside world and all that craziness. So, um, I don't know. Is there anything else you wanted to say about it? I don't. Oh, Junosphere is a big wish. Harmony for all. Aw,
I like that one.
I do too. And see, that's how we are too. All of us spiritual people. We want everyone to be cared for and loved, and have their needs met, and everybody just live in peace. But so many people don't want that right now. Or at least according to the news, that's how it
Right.
is.
It's not even that they don't want it. It's just that they have an odd way of going about it.
Right. And hey, isn't that true though? The news, right? That's part of the imagination, the dreamy, the Pisces. But it's gone too far to the disillusion side, the illusions and disillusions, to the nothing's making sense. That's the lower vibration of Pisces. I don't know what to do. Nothing makes sense. So here we all are as a collective. The whole world's going, what in the hell is going on? Why do they keep just rehashing all this same stuff that we all know is a lie anyway? We all know it when we're honest with each other. So that delusion has been being played out, especially since Neptune went into Pisces in 2012. And you can see the division.
Right. And now that he's in 2026, he and Saturn are going to go into Aries together.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
going to be
think
so cool.
January 13th or something like that. When that happens, then you're going to see a big change. Saturn's going to be in Neptune, in Pisces, all the way through 2025. Aries, Neptune is going to go into Aries for a little bit, but then he's going to retrograde right back into Pisces. And then Saturn will, at that point, catch up to Neptune, and they enter Aries pretty much at the same time.
And
So
when is the
that's
next time that happened?
right. And we also have the Pluto effect, because he
Mm-hmm.
will be going into 2026. He's not
Mm-hmm.
making any more backward movements. He's in Aquarius, sailing forward.
When is the last time like Neptune and Saturn went into the same sign together?
Oh,
Did it ever? I don't think it ever. It might have, but not in
well,
our lifetime.
you know what? I haven't run across that in any of my studies. So
Mm-mm.
it's not that it hasn't happened. I'm sure it has.
Yeah.
But it's probably been 45, 50 years or more since it's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Really?
Neptune doesn't move that fast. Even
Mm-mm.
though Pluto's the slowest moving planet at 248. We then have Sedna, who moves even slower, but she's not a full-fledged planet. She's a dwarf planet. So she takes 11,500 years to go around.
11,000 years. But and for her to be in proximity to where our solar system
Wow.
is speaking volumes. Because
And what is
Sedna,
she doing right now? She is with the north node in Aries, and most of us on this planet have our planet of sacrifice and adaptation, which is Sedna, in Aries. Unless you were born
11,000
however many thousands of years ago, a couple hundred. She's been in Aries for a long. Most of us have Sedna in Aries.
So we're saying that as like, this is about healing. This is healing our individual selves that may have been wounded, seriously, the last 11,000 years, because we've been here lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and we're finally at a lifetime where the change in vibration is happening. We're clearing all that karma, and this is really one of the best moons to do that in. If you feel like you have any ancestral clearing, anything, do it tonight. Help yourself.
Let me clear this up because I just misspoke. Sedna is in Gemini.
That's what I thought.
Now, sorry. But most of us here have Sedna in Aries. We have the North Node in Aries. And what do we have to do? Do our North Node, our own personal North Node. How is it being affected by this North Node in Aries? It will help you find the way to take action on what is going to propel you into your own design of the future.
And it's easy to find your North Node. You go to astro.com and create a chart. Diana does readings, and her email's below in the description box. I do readings. My information's down there too. We will gladly help you all. This is a significant time for all of us, especially those of us on the front line. The sooner we're in alignment with all of our energy bodies, that movement forward becomes, it's magic, despite what's going on. And I know most people look at me and go, do you see what's going on out there?
Well, and as often as I go, oh my God, we keep repeating ourselves, but I know the truth is, what we are discovering is the patterns that get formed
over lifetimes. Over lifetimes. It's just not this lifetime. Karen, you're silly. Karen says she didn't care about, she's not enlightened. She just wants free jewelry.
What was that?
Enlightenment
is good for that. I hear it's still.
I'm not higher enlightenment, she said. Oh my gosh, she's silly. Does anyone, hi, Angela? Angela's here. Anyone have any questions on anything about this new moon, super new moon in Pisces, the blue moon of this year? Is there anything that we left out besides 7 planets retrograde? Take your time. Take your time.
Anything we left out? Let's see. Healing of Pisces and Virgo. It's about voice and vision, correspondence, divine oneness, is self-awareness, give or take power, language, frustrations are obstacles. Remember that. What are obstacles placed in our path for? To teach us a lesson. What is that lesson before that obstacle becomes the brick wall that falls on your head? Right. And we are at a turning point. And so what do you want to resound? Right? What is the sound of anger? What does that sound like to you? Right? And then you have to look beyond that sound of anger and then change the vibration of the words you use, even when you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
So that you are resounding anger, or are you resounding love?
Excuse me. That's beautiful. Because that's the answer to everything. Love, unconditional love. And the more we love ourselves and free ourselves from all these things that we hold on to, that we may not even know where they're from, the sooner we lift. You become lighter in vibration. You lift. You have just a constant joy, like contentment.
Mm-hmm.
Ben says, but the lessons never end.
No, they never end.
But
Hi, Cardamonte.
but
Angela.
you can learn how to let go of the lessons.
Right.
You
And
can. That's what we're talking about today.
this is a turning point, right? And it's in that turning point is in everyone's lives because we have the slowest planet squaring the north and south nodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Obstacles are opportunities, Ben. That's what Juno Sphere is writing. Uh, it is. It's part of our. It's part of our soul's journey, and how many lifetimes we don't know. But when you can see a lesson and you can say, "I see you. I see you. I honor you. I love you. Now I release you. I'm moving on." That's when you know that you can take that. Now there's some things that are really scars, deep scars. But
Mm-hmm.
seriously, why do you want to carry that when you can free yourself of that burden? There's not one of us here that doesn't go through lessons. Not one
And
of us here.
my Friday night was fantastic. And I want to give out a shout out to Angela and Tabitha. We get together on Friday nights.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, all of this stuff, Tabitha just started picking up all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so did Angela. And it was like, you're telling the story of my life. Yes, this is what I'm working on trying to let go of right now. And
Mm-hmm. Hi, Erin. Erin has a Pisces moon on her descendant and wants to know what that might mean. That is definitely relationships of any kind. It's the seventh house. You may have to really feel into which
did
one
you
you're
say,
saying.
I didn't hear clearly. Did you say ascendant or descendant?
Decent.
Mm.
So it's the seventh house, right, of relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that you may be having
Balance.
challenges, seeing things for what they are, and that's never easy. It's never easy. It's very painful. But that's why we have these cycles of the moon. That's why we have the aspects. The planets constantly move. We can work with them and see results when they're like for tonight. This Pisces full moon. That's you can really see a result by starting to heal something deep in you, whether you know what it is or not. A lot of times I think we want to know, we want to put that label on it, or hold on to that. Look what this person did to me, or that person, or this thing, or when it, or what I did to myself, you know. But there's got to become a time where it's not an energetic match to you. That's why we're talking about the 12 universal laws all the time, because once you can understand that the laws of the spiritual laws and how energy works and how what you speak and think to yourself matters so much more than I know people who just I'm so stupid, like it's just constant out of their mouth. That's and who am I to sit there and say, you shouldn't say that to yourself, even though I do. I shouldn't do that, So you see, I have my own issue here. So, but I want to help people see you
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't do that. That's not honoring yourself. It's not honoring your journey. We've all done things we're not proud of,
Right.
but you're not stupid. You know,
Right.
it's just becomes over these lifetimes. It's just become, you know, easy just to disrespect ourselves and instead of heal, really heal.
I like what Juno said here. Monkeys swinging through the vines. You got to let go. With one
Mm-hmm.
hand, to grab on to the future.
I love that, love it. Conscious language. Conscious language is very important. It matters how we
Right.
talk to ourselves.
It vibrates. It brings in a color.
Mm-hmm.
And it also sets you in motion because
Mm-hmm.
it's a vibration that
Mm-hmm.
becomes a frequency. So what are you repeating?
Mm-hmm.
Or what are you changing?
Mm-hmm. Kelly Kerr was here, and she's the lady. She's a vocal coach. She has her own method. She's
Oh,
starting. Yeah, she's starting a class. It's starting in September. I don't have the information, but I'm going to post it on my community board.
yes,
She,
I've watched a couple of her videos.
yeah, she uses your body. Our bodies are an instrument. The sound that comes out of our bodies is our light language. I mean, it's brilliant. It's brilliant how she ties it all together. And she sang her whole life, has had many vocal coaches, and it has become one, but understands that it's the divine. It's what the divine sounds like. We all have we are a spark of the divine, and each one of us has a sound that spark of the divine makes. Really, check
Yeah.
her out. Check out her YouTube channel, Kelly Kerr Vocal Method. It's really, I mean, these are just ways to start. We're trying to give all these different ways, because it's easy to say, oh, go write down all the things that upset you and burn it. But if you're really not looking deep inside of you at why these things upset you or where they came from or um, how awful we treat ourselves, we,
Mm-hmm.
we can gloss over it. That's another part of the Pisces. Let's just not look at it, right?
Right. And it's that rewriting the soul's contract. We can
Mm.
do we can't do
You're
that.
welcome.
And when we end the contract because we've learned the lesson, or
Right.
do we end the contract because, well, the lesson is gotten the best of us, and it's the end of our time here in
Mm.
this plane
Of
on this
existence.
earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
And so
Chris.
now we come back to repeat that same contract with
Mm.
someone else
Yeah.
or the same people, or
Yep.
how do we formulate that next entity that we become?
Mm. Yeah. How do you? That's a good question, Diana. I like that. I like what
And
you
we're in that realm of the moon is going to be exact pretty soon.
know. 9:50. What time is it? 9:35 or 9:38 or
9:35. So we are already within.
yeah. Yeah. Take this time and really just go in. If you can't figure out what it is, tell yourself you love yourself no matter what you've done, no matter what's been done to you. It is okay to let it all go and be authentically you. So we can all be authentically us, that we can raise the vibration on this planet, Mother Earth, so we can all ascend and live in harmony. Uh, Juno also said this conscious language. Oh, she likes saying I received instead of I got. And I like that, Juno, because I don't like
Mhm.
the word want. Like, the want is a state of wanting. So when you say, I want XYZ, you just sitting there wanting it. It never really gets to show up because we didn't articulate the actual
Well, there
thing
you
properly, right?
go. You're right. That makes sense. That's
Mm-hmm.
lovely. That's lovely.
So
Yeah.
there's so much, and that's what Diane and I and all of our community, but when we get together, we try to bring in these real, real solutions to all of our. We all have had these things go on throughout lifetimes. Lots of pain, you know?
So any minute now, like maybe 8:06, the moon will be at 7 degrees. They
Yeah.
will be exact when they are at 7:33, right?
Mm-hmm.
The sun will be, or 22.
35.
The sun will be at 7:20.
I think it's 9:35.
7:20. Well, when they get to, when the sun and the moon are both at 7 degrees 25 minutes.
Gotcha.
That will be
That was cool.
9:20. What do I have? I have 9:40 here
That's
in Michigan,
it.
where I'm at in Michigan. So
And see, that's 7 degree Pisces moon and Virgo Earth. Seven in a lot of, well, it's in the astrology I've learned, it represents spirit. So this energy of this full moon is about spirit. It's like, how do we connect to the spirit inside of us, because we all have a spark of the divine in us, and create this dream, this wish we have inside of us for this new world to go forward, because we are ascending. It may not be here tomorrow, but this energy is getting lighter and finer, and we're stabilizing better in those higher vibrations. um yeah, moon's at 6 right now, sun is at 7. This is so beautiful. Well, we will be back on the new moon. Is there any questions from anybody? Resonance. See, Kelly Kerr says it's about resonance. Some of the prettiest voices I've heard have come from folks who thought they were tone deaf.
oh, yay.
Yeah.
Real solutions. You do bring them, and I feel like I've had the true medicine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kelly.
We
I,
don't take a breath, we receive a breath.
I love that, Juno. I
Yeah.
was just going to say, I love that. We receive a breath. Everything. We receive everything on here.
Oh, and it's so important. It is so important to our health.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that through well, I learned that through being born, right? We need to have our breath, but
Mm-hmm.
the linking of breath to movement is yoga. Yoga is Sanskrit for yoke. And in yoga, what you are doing is linking the breath to movement. And the mind is a movement.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, if the brain doesn't send the signal to whatever you want to do, there's no movement, right? But it's perpetual movement. Our blood moves without us thinking about it.
And Pisces can represent the blood too, right?
Mm.
And the thing is, do you see, yoga is connected to breath. The signs are connected to the laws. We're connected to everything. It's constant. We can sit here, the trees, the Celtic trees. We can pick out so many things. Notes in music are connected to the laws. We could go on and on, just to prove, just to show you. It's not even to prove that we're all connected. We all matter. We're all in this space of deep healing as we are changing in age. We're changing from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. This is never an easy time. And
I stumbled upon rediscovering Qigong today, which is also all about breath.
yeah,
And how the shamans of old really correlated all of this business to begin with in the first place.
right.
Thousands of years old, 4,000 years old, yoga, 4,000 years old, Qigong. you know, 4,000 years old. The Torah and the exercises that go along with that meditation,
Mm-hmm.
4,000 years old. The Native Americans on this land,
Right.
our first peoples, our first nations.
Mm-hmm.
So
Everything is connected. And it all has to, it starts with spirit because everyone honored spirit. Spirit was revered, you know? And Juno put down our windpipe is formed in a spiral. So we breathe spirals in and out of our bodies. And see, that's when I see us like in a energy column. We're in a spiral.
and
You
how
know?
many times a day do you check to see if you're breathing?
Mm.
Times have you said, did I even take a breath lately? You know, how many
Uh,
times have you slowed your breathing down enough to truly expand your lungs and the
uh,
rib cage and taking it into your solar plexus so that it goes out, so that you sing from below?
and Kelly
Look
has
at
it to where it opens
God.
up in your face. All that opens up, so all that air. I had no idea that's how it worked. And
Well,
she
how
just
many times
says that
are our nasal passages plugged? Do you realize that that all plays on your ears as
there's.
well? So
Mm-hmm,
you'll see me do this and blow out my ears several times a day because I got old lady ears and old lady nostrils, and came home to my allergy haven,
mm-hmm,
and I can hear you better when I do that because
mm,
what was plugging up from the perpetual motion of what is getting congested in my sinuses.
mm-hmm.
So,
So
you know,
Kelly, and she said this would be the last thing. The laws of vibration are observable patterns, and relationships become apparent. So I think she's an excellent master teacher. Really, just
yes.
you would love to. I can't wait to see her. I'm going to post all the information. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I will post it. And
Yeah.
we will be back on the new moon in
Hi,
Virgo.
Pierrette.
And you'll see Diana tomorrow with
Mm-hmm.
Terry at Holding
All right.
Space. And
Have
you'll
Dream
see us,
Detectives at 9.
oh, tonight.
Eastern.
Yeah. Tonight, Dream Detectives at 9 with Diana, Kate, Terry, Allie. Is that everyone?
And
Callie,
Callie here. I think Callie's coming
Callie
too.
here. And then Friday night, there's a costume party on Allie's channel. That's
Ah,
all I know so far. So, but we love you. I hope this made
mm.
sense. I hope we help. Uh, um, we will see you soon. We love you all very much. Please
I'll
release
get you in the
tonight.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, let it release. Let it go. We love you.
Mwah.